express that it is in fact Monday. Oh my goodness. I had the weekend off and I actually enjoyed having time off. I did a little bit of work on my house, not as much as I wanted to. Because on Saturday it was buckets of rain. So I have to tell you this story because anyone with any sort of sensory issues will giggle at this. Hell, I giggled at it the next day. I was very displeased when it happened, but the next day I giggled. So I went out. Husband Creature was out doing his Magic the Gathering Saturday, and I went out and I did things like I got gas for the car. I perused a few thrift stores. Spring cleaning hasn't really kicked into full effect yet, so it's still kind of scant in there. So didn't really buy anything, just kind of looked. And then I went out to Home Depot to get stuff for the house because I have like 50 billion house projects, some that I'm trying to finish up and some that I need to just do all the way through because the house needs to be fixed. And I get through my Home Depot trip. Of course, I forgot a couple of things. Nothing that's life or death, but I did forget a couple of things. I then wandered over to Michael's because I needed to get 702, which if you remember on Friday, I tried to do 702 as a color, and I discovered I do not have it anywhere in my collection. I have all the other 7s, 702, 3, 701, 704. I have all of those greens, but not 702, which is what I needed. So I went to Michael's and I go to their floss. And they have 701 and 703, but they do not have any 702. So I cry a little bit. And I picked up a yarn tower because I'd been eyeing it for a while. And I'm like, no, I've been looking at it for months now. It's okay. I'm going to get it for me. And I have no regrets. It's absolutely huge. And I fully intend to use it. But I purchased that and a couple other knick-knacky things. And happy day, but I still didn't have my 702. So I unfortunately had to go to Christian Crafts, aka Hobby Lobby. Now, in this day and age, I don't fault anyone for going to stores that do like their executives support things that I don't. I just actively, they're not my first choice. They are not my second choice. I will spend money there if they are the last option for me to get what I need to get without having to wait on the internet, because we all know instant gratification. So I go there and I put $1. All I'm going to buy is the floss. That is what's in my mind. I grab the cash, like cash. Generally I could pay with card, but I grabbed with cash to purchase the 2 skeins of embroidery floss that I'm going to need for all of Call Dance. So I do that, and I'm kind of standing in the clusterfuck that is the line area. One second. Anyway, so I'm standing in the clusterfuck that is a line area, and this young girl opens up line and says, "Hey, I'm open over here," and kind of crudely gestures in my, well, hello, Hachi. Until it's tomorrow, yes. So she kind of gestures in my area, and I literally have 2 skeins of embroidery floss that is 53 cents each. My entire transaction ended up coming out to $1.12. And I wander over to her, and she's like, no, I'm sorry. I really was kind of asking those people over there. And I had waited for those people that she was talking about. They just ignored her. I'm like, okay, I have two little skeins of floss, 3 seconds in, out, bing, bang, boom. And then I turned around as those people were coming towards me. And I'm like, whatever. So I waited 15 minutes in line to pay for my 2 skeins of floss multiple times going, I could just put this away and walk out of this store. But I didn't want to go back into the store. So I waited the 15 minutes and I got the embroidery floss. And you'll all be glad to know I now have 702 in my collection. But as I'm walking out, and it's raining, it's like raining cats and dogs, and there's no avoiding getting damp in walking from the building to my car. And I'm fine with that. Then I step in a puddle. Fortunately, I was wearing my boat shoes. Now I wear boat shoes as my transition shoes because truly, unless I'm doing like housework or I have a purpose for going out, the shoes that I wear are just, I don't have stockings on, I don't have socks on because I like to keep my feet aired out because of the diabetes, like keep them nice and dry. And the boat shoes are canvas, so they weren't hurt. But I stepped in a puddle. And I was like, fucking really? So I had squish feet. Luckily, I didn't have squish socks, which is my trigger. I just had squishy feet, and my shoes dried off well enough, and it was easy. But just that was the end. After that, I went home. After stopping off at the Restore, looking for more house things to finish projects. But that was my Saturday, and it was rainy, and I got stuff done. Like I got a good portion of cleaning up and reorganizing in my new stream space done. I got like trash picked up and put away. I got some insulation areas finalized. Like I'm doing really good in that area. And then Sunday was absolutely gorgeous. Hobby Lobby is a ginormous craft store. And its founders very much support anti-LGBTQ. So whenever I shop there, I try to donate to a charity for at least twice as much as I spent at that store. I try to spend twice as much at a charity because I don't like going there. But in my area, it was Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby, and now it's Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and Michael's is like a quarter of the size of Hobby Lobby. So it's now Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or the internet where I have to wait. I'm very fortunate that I have a couple of yarn stores that I can purchase from. Oh. Sorry. La 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 la. Yeah, I'm trying really, really hard to not shop. Hobby Lobby is a last hurrah for me. It's a really big craft store. It has a lot of things, but it is very much anti the community I'm trying to support and hang out in. Because they're way more supportive and cool than the other communities. Sorry. I do not support them, and that is why every time I have to spend money with them, and I know "have" is such a strong word. It comes from a place of privilege. I needed instant gratification, so I went there to spend less than $2. But then I went to the Restore because I am a huge fan of thrifting, going to the Restore, going to up in my area. It's called Marden's. It's a salvage and it's a salvage store because I would prefer to have something that's a little damaged, or there's a stitch wrong, or maybe it's a little crooked. I would rather purchase something from there and save it from going into a landfill than spending like all kinds of money on shit that I can get for less if I can wait. it, it's not my preferred place. Like, oh, truck a duck. Oh well. One, two, three, four, five, six up. Mm-hmm. One, two, three. It's it's not the building itself. It is the fact that the company mission is essentially women are breeders, go to church on Sundays, gay people are bad, and Trump is God. I think I covered all of the talking points about Hobby Lobby. Yeah, and I was out and I wanted that color, and Michaels didn't have it, and I didn't want to go having to search for it again. So that is why, that is the reason why Hobby Lobby got used on Saturday. I had not been in that building for a very long time previously, but I just had to get it off my list. Yeah. Yes, I do decorate my house border style. Yeah, their principles are, it's rough. Um, like legitimately when they first came up here and they opened, um, I looked into working for them because what kind of crafter doesn't want to work at a craft store? But yeah, I couldn't ever do that. Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. So today we're working on 939. We're gonna actually, we're gonna hit 5% because I'm pretty sure once I hit my check mark, we'll be at 5%. We're gonna get 939 done on this page, which is nice until we have to start it up again on the next page. Um, and and yeah. So this week I think is going to be normal. I know that well, I don't stream on Wednesday anyway, but Wednesday I have a second interview where I have to um do a little bit of teaching, like put on my old dusted training coordinator training boots and get those all up and running. So that's gonna be, that's what I'm gonna be doing after stream the next couple days is practicing my presentation because I have to give a 15-minute presentation on, like, well, I had a choice of topics. I am choosing to train um, on teaching etiquette and guidelines of working in a particular workplace. Fortunately, I used to do that all the time, so I already had the training. I already had the training ready, so I booted up that old PC that I used to run stream off of. The poor thing, the poor computer. I have it down here next to me right now. Um, it's still it's turning on and it is running just fine. But I'm so glad that I opted to start bringing my more powerful computer upstairs to do stream, because it just kind of sounds like if you would put like a modern, I say modern, if you put like a muscle car where it's nice gentle purr next to like a Model T that has some bad spark plugs with the backfiring. You put a nice Mustang next to a chitty chitty bang bang, essentially. And that's what it's like having the two of them right next to each other. Um, though my old computer does things that my new computer doesn't, like restart properly. My new computer, new being newer. I mean, I got it in 2020, I think. And it doesn't restart properly. And I've gone through and I've done everything short of resetting it, which honestly might happen. I might just toss my files onto a cloud, because I have plenty of cloud storage, but might toss all my hey, I need these files onto the cloud. And just reset it so it whatever whatever is wrong, I can fix. Okay, we are done. Are we done? We are done that little section of that color. .99%, my friends. 4.99%. That's totally like stressful. So now I still have a little bit of the 939 up here. So it's we're not done. We're not done just yet. So close. So close. And after we're done 939, we're going to work on color 336. And at this point in time, it's all different shades of blue. So that's what we'll be working on with the remainder of the page, is different varying shades of blue. But yeah, there's just a little strand of the 939 down here, and then the color I picked actually fills out this corner here, because it's really the remaining colors are just all over the place, because as you can see, it's just the speckles. Sorry, I was looking at this white spot. It looked like it was empty, but it's just light grays. I'm like, what are you doing empty? Why did they fill you in? But yeah, it has definitely been. So yesterday, my travels, I stayed we went grocery shopping. We spent about $600 in food. That'll last. Okay, husband creature and I are very fortunate that going shopping every other week is most of the time it's not bad. Just the basics, but this time it was a full on stock up kind of. So we spent about $600. should be trying to memorize parts of the pattern ahead of time so when I turn around and look to see where I need to go, I don't lose where I am in the pattern. Because that is a folly of working in closely related colors. Okay, so, but just being able to like remember a couple of lines down and oh yeah, it's rough. I need to leave for work a little early today so I can go pick up my Vyvanse. I meant to yesterday, but I forgot, and that's okay. Mhm. Today was my last day, so gotta pick it up before I go into work today so I can have it. Uh, but after stream today, it's not raining, but it is not fun outside right now. It is not my favorite. But I need to do run throughs on my presentation for Wednesday. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna go presentation right into work because my interview starts at 12:30 and is scheduled to end at 2, which is really pushing my my limits. I leave at 2:15 to go to work to get there by 2:45. I'm generally at work by 2:20, 2:30, but I like having that transition time. We picked up uh we picked up some chicken. We picked up some meat yesterday that I'm gonna be when I'm cooking dinner for tonight. I'm gonna be prepping and bagging it and freezing it. Have a great sleep, Hutchie. Thank you for your time. So hit buy on Jules's wish list. Obviously, anything I send is gonna stitch markers are gonna be included. Come on now. Has she made any offhanded remarks on things that she wants but can't afford? Because again, while I'm not rolling in it, I have enough spare to be obnoxious. That's part of the fun. Okay. Mm-hmm. I haven't hit my check mark yet because I'm going to finish this color and then I know I'm going to be over 5%. I know, even if it's going to be like 5.01. When this color is done, I know I will have over 5%. Good. That's honestly, I did. I slept like a log this weekend. Like I honestly some of the best nighttime sleep I've gotten in a while. I think it's also partially because my allergies are in full swing. Oh, it's getting warmer. Let's see. Ooh, pattern books are always fun. Like I've been looking for old, like I don't do plushies. Like I actively avoid plushies. Like the cutesy loaf cats and whatnot. Not that I don't like them, but that's not what I do. I like my dragons. Um, I I like doing things for door prizes at work. Um, I just got done a flamingo. um, and then so I got done a good sized little flamingo that can sit on your shelf. It's a kid friendly flamingo. Like I categorize my things as kid friendly and like, and I do it by the desk guardians have wire in them, and snuggle buddies don't. Um, and I made a flamingo for a door prize for work because the lady who gave me a fuck ton of baby yarn, I'm like, no, I'm gonna make some door prizes for bingo and whatnot, just to lure people out because I see what I make, and they're like, oh, we want one. I'm like, I've donated 50 billion things to Linda. Go to bingo. So I'm trying to get them out of their room and in social activities to get to win my stuff, which petty, yeah, a little bit, but at the same time, I think sometimes they would like have a lot of fun if they got out there. And if they don't win it, I'll make them. But I'm trying to I'm trying to utilize all the sport yarn that this woman gave me, and I finished up a flamingo for Flamingo Day in June. I don't remember what day. I don't remember what day Flamingo Day is in June, but I have made at least one flamingo. I might get another one out there, but I'm trying to. I have enough things to sell at festivals. At least I like to think so. If I sold out of all of my stuff, I would not be disappointed. I'd be really tired because I'd have to make more of it, but not disappointed. And but that's also like I'm not really. I'm going out and the purchases that I've been making have been organizational tools or storage tools. As I've decided that my storage drawers in my stream area are going to have a pegboard bottom, and I'm going to have adjustable organizational areas for cakes of yarn. It's going to be deep enough to to fit a cake of yarn, and I'm going to have enough drawers. I don't know as if I could have enough drawers for all of my yarn, but I'm going to have enough drawers for a good portion of my yarn, and make the fronts like bookcases or something like that to hold totes and whatnot. If your grandmother came in, I would make sure she got taken care of real good. And I don't mean that in a smarmy way. She would get really taken care of really well. And funny enough, we have openings, but it's a very so it's a very niche area where I work. It is independent. What the hell? I don't ever get phone calls, and like today I've already gotten 3. Um but so it's hard to get the people who need to be at where I work in there, because by the time a person realizes that they need help, it's generally too far past where they qualify for the facility I work at. Um, like instead of waiting till after like your third time that you like have an incident, people need to be coming to the facility I work at the first time, because that's what it is. It's a place for you to age into a higher level of care gracefully, so you can be prepared, and like literally there's a guy who still drives. I mean, it's independent assisted living. We do meds and meals. We make sure you're fed and medicated, which sounds hilarious to listen to. Um, but and that's the problem, is the people who need to be there still have enough presence of mind to say no, I don't need any help. In reality, that if they allowed for that iota of help, that they would thrive more. For me, it is not even a question, because I know, like, once I know that I'm going to need assistance. Husband Creature is a little bit more stubborn about it, but I have medical needs that he's not equipped to handle fully. Like I take a lot of my medical responsibility onto myself, which people argue, oh well, you should share. It's like, dudes, there are some things you just can't share with your partner, and it's not from lack of wanting to share. It is, you just can't. Um, and I'm about to hit over 5%. Let's see, where are we at? We are at 5.01%. We are done the color 939 on this fucking page, and we are. I intentionally set 939 as like the last color to tackle, unless it's like most of the page. And we will be coming to pages where 939 is the only color on the page. Those are going to be rough days. um. Well, and to be fair, most of the people don't drive. We only have one person in our side of the building that drives. But a lot of the people show up after it's too late. Like, we have a couple residents that are super duper cute. But they came from our independent living area, and a lot of the time when they come from that half, it is more of a, yeah, we're just kind of seeing where they're at and where they need to go, because they're generally too far past what we can provide for them. So they just get like a moment where they're guaranteed meds and meals because they weren't taking their meds or eating food while they were living alone. It's people need to be more accepting of help. That's all I got. That's all I got there. Myself included. But I'm getting better at it. I am getting better about asking and being okay with receiving help. I hope all of my moms out there had a good Mother's Day. I did wish my mother a happy Mother's Day. I wished my Nana a happy Mother's Day. I wished my best friend a happy Mother's Day, and she said it was canceled due to lack of interest. She has a chest cold, so she's not feeling so great anyway, but it was just kind of funny. Oh, 939 is all done. We got a color all done, and we hit 5%. And actually, 939 needs to go over to Call Dance because that's a color that I need to tackle over there. And now that I'm done doing it on this project, I am. I'm not thrilled to be working on it, but I'm less like, oh my god, the same color on both projects to be doing it. Okay. We are moving on to color 336. What is that color? And it's filling in the corner here. Like, it's a bigger, smaller color. Like, I've done all the colors that I've labeled for stream. Like, that was the black. That was, let's see, it was 310, 939, 823. Yeah, and 823. Those are the three big colors for the page this time around. And honestly, those are the three big colors of the entire project. You should see how many skeins of the color that I have. Yeah, well, and it's rainy up here again. Like, yesterday was beautiful and sunny. It was cold and windy, so I was like, no, I'm not going outside because if it's warm, I don't mind it being like misty gray, but it was cold, sunny yesterday, and I was having none of it. It was though it gave me time to see how well my baffling is holding up, and it's doing pretty good. I gotta start re-insulating the sidewalls, but that's where I'm at with that. Is putting in insulation. Okay, what? Okay, so this color doesn't have a whole lot of jumpies, but it has a few. Fortunately, Unfortunately. Okay, not anywhere near high. Let's see. Right here, maybe. Right here, maybe. Okay, there we go. I should post more on Facebook, but I I got I dug into the depths of my old computers to drag out a training for my because I can't count, and some of it is there, some of it's not gonna be there, but that's okay. I don't stream on Wednesday, so it gives me time to defluffle, and that's one of the reasons I've been cleaning, is so like my background can be clean. I'm gonna take because when I'm not streaming, my face camera actually shows a lot more around me. Trimmed I've trimmed the edges, and I probably could do the same with Zoom, but nah. So I've been cleaning my background, kind of thing. Oh, well, I'm generally lurking. Like I, you can ask Pocket. I'm very summon amenable. Um, I'm just not. I'm just not highly. This is about as social as I get, and I understand it's kind of weird, but that's who I am. Mhm. Mhm. So I've definitely decided that I'm taking the Friday before my first festival off, um, so that I can have a 3-day weekend to do my festival, and I don't feel rushed and pressured, um, that kind of thing. I really need to start making like paperwork and stuff like that. Because that's where I'm lacking, is I don't have like, I do custom work, but I don't have any like custom order forms. Um, and that's kind of something, like when you say you do custom work and people want to put in a custom order. I'm I'm filling out. I'm finishing up this section, and then I'm getting down here, and then I'm going to be going up this area because that's where it is. I think. I'm just trying to get the little stuff done first. Okay, so there's that spot. Oh, but finding these little random spots where sometimes I've messed up. It's kind of rough. Okay, so that was the low one. Lowest low one. So then there's doobie doobie doo. Okay, so there's this one right here. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's one of the little narrow area lines done. Yay. This is a section where I was like, no, I don't want to do any of these colors. So I'm just reached the point where I just have to do numerically. Okay, this is the color. This is the next number. This is the color that I'm gonna do. That's where I've hit in this particular part of the project. So that's why 336. The next color from 336 is 820, which is a dark blue. Actually, no, it's more of a brilliant blue. It's a blue you can say is blue. Okay, that one is a straggler out in the middle. Pixie. My dogs have associated me sighing and saying, "Okay, well, it's time to run around and be crazy," and I need to be not having that happen. So, dogs. Okay, so start from the top. Is this the top? Let's see. Okay, that. And that one is in the middle of nowhere, so I'm gonna do it all on its own. Just like with call dance, I love closing in like all the little white dots. And we started off on the downward trend. Downward descent. On my little piece of string. I'm so pleased. So pleased that got over 5%. That's just for me. That's just great. I'm hoping this month to get to 3% on call dance. And it's funny that this one I'm at 5% with 1,400 some odd stitches. And let me see, with call dance as of Friday, I was at 12,500, and I'm only at 2.81%. And yeah. Oh, dogs are crazy. And it blows my mind. Just to give you an idea, Dragon, on how big call dance is in comparison to any other project that I have done. It is a beast. And that's why it's going to take so long. I'm sure there'll be, much like this one, I'm sure there'll be pages where it flies by a lot faster, but right now there's a lot of confetti. So that's why he does not move as fast. I'll put that there so I know where I am. And change out the string. We might get two colors done today. I love making them. I I I would, i- in in all legitimacy, if I could find a way that someone would just, holy bananas. Um, if I could find someone just willing to let me stream and cross stitch and still pay me like $40,000 a year, I totally would. And in all fairness, if I were getting that much with like benefits or something like that, I would probably get a lot more done than I'm actually currently getting done. Not that I'm saying I would cross stitch all day every day, but I would I would probably make a lot of progress on a lot of projects. I think Call Dance is yours because I feel that he would make lots of insecure people question question themselves as they are entering your presence, and just needs to happen more. I totally, yeah. And it's not that I like I would even do other things like I I don't mind working. I really don't. Um, I have to, unfortunately, I have to keep an eye out for myself. Like I forgot to. I'm ho- Now I'm hoping, not that I want him awake, but I'm hoping he wakes up before I have to go to work so I can put my knee sleeve on. Um, because, well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be an IT person. Is It's not that I like sedentary jobs. I do like getting up and moving around and whatnot, but my body has other plans, and I have reached my quota of moving around. After Monday, I've reached my quota of moving around, and my body goes, "What? We have 4 more days of this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, sorry, Kay, I love you." Yes. And see, here's the thing: is I have done many a religious cross stitch, and they are gorgeous. I have quite a few in my stash that are absolutely beautiful that I will get to. But I'm just as likely as to cross stitch the Lord's Prayer as I am to cross stitch a man sticking his dick in wine. Like I like the art. I love to cross stitch. It's not about what it is. It is the art that creates it. Yeah. Like I have the poem footprint foot it's either footsteps or footprints. The one where and Jesus said to me, "When you only saw one set of footprints, it is where I was carrying you." That is a gorgeous poem. I love it. St. Paul of the Corinthians. I actually made my parents an anniversary cross stitch with that on that. Um, I, I simply put, I love to cross stitch. My handwriting's better when I cross stitch because I can. I have lines. Yes. Let's see. Actually, I might be able to find it reasonably fast too. I'll show it to you guys. I gotta, I gotta disturb a dog. Dog is already disturbed. Oh my goodness. Ugh. My drawer of cross stitch, folks. smaller one, so it could be anywhere, really. I'm not kidding when I say I have a lot of cross stitch. I really do. Oh my goodness, I'm short. Oh, oh, maybe. There we go. Yeah, yeah, and the drawer that you guys are seeing on camera, that is the redeem for, I think, Ooh Shiny. If I still have those, this drawer has all of those in it. But this is the footprints. If we can actually get it without the glare, it's very pretty. It's on linen, so that's one of the reasons I haven't done it yet. I have a lot of cross stitch. Like I said, if someone would pay me to do it full time, I would. You could pick the pattern that I work on. It is a very, very, I saw it and I had to have it. Like, not only do I love the poem, it was very, very pretty. And initially, I bought it to do for my grandparents. But I showed my sister, and she decided to get instead of the linen one, she got a 14 count one. Now, this is where I'm going to sound snobby. 14 count it's fine. Like, a lot of my work is in 14 count. It's easy to see. It's easy on my eyes. I don't need the workshop of God set in front of me here to work on 14 count. But it's like putting up a PS2 game next to a PS5 game. So, because let's be fair, cross stitch is real life pixel art. And so she got it, obviously, because she at the time didn't have a job or any sort of responsibility. She got it done and she gave it to him before I could even start the one that I had purchased, because at the time I wasn't really great on linen. But she and they have since passed, so when I eventually do it, I'm going to have it framed and it is going to be for me. Just to confuse people even more. I gotta pull another piece of string after I do these halvesies so I know where I am. Ah, okay. So I'm filling in this little gap here. I might actually get this color done too. Let's see. Yeah, because there's a small chunk up in here that is this color, but we are running low on we're almost at a page finish, so that's very exciting for me. I think after I get the commission that I have downstairs, the small commission that I have, once I get that one done, I'm gonna grab one of my kits and work on a kit project. Because I have little things like ornaments, and like I just like to make them and either give them away or sell them or both. Because I have like little tree skirts and stuff like that, things that I've rescued over, things that aren't necessarily like what I would keep and or do for me personally, but I don't mind getting them done and giving them away as potential heirlooms. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's zoom back in. And finish up this color, yo. Actually, I can go up here and get this outlier done and then work it into my way down and not have to backtrack. Woo! Thinking ahead for the win. Okay, and I have broken my 200, my self-imposed 200 stitch amount. Huh. Think that. Yep. And I'm pretty fortunate. What remains here is, in fact, all solidly the color that I'm working on. But at the same time, I have to be careful about where my borders are. Because, like, going into the other area, I might be stepping on other colors' feetses. Oh my goodness. There's that. There's that one. looking at the screen, it looks like there's so much left to do, but then I look at actual the actual piece and it's not nearly as much, and because the color runs off onto this page, the other pages, and I get to see all of that on the pattern, but not so much on the page. Mhm. And to be honest, I didn't pick another color to do, but if I'm going down in numerical order, it should be 820, which I think my before work chore is I'm going to take my big rake and clean up my driveway a little bit so that I can start loading up my wagon cart and doing like two trips of backyard wet leaves and yuck over the cliff face. Because I gotta set up a chore structure so that I can keep with it. It's hard because if I have a routine that I'm going to do, I have no problems doing the routine. But if something happens where I don't do the routine even just for one day, I'm fucked. Like, I'm just absolutely fucked. I don't know. Like, restarting the routine is just like pulling teeth. And trying to explain that to people, it's like, no, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I need to do this. I need to do this it doesn't have to be at the same time, but I need to do these things every single day. And if I don't, then they won't get done and I'll fall out of routine. It's kind of like with streaming. I love to stream. But when I'm feeling crappy, everyone's like, oh, you can rule 0 out. It's like, yes, I know I can. But at the same time, it will be like pulling teeth to start up again. So it's a notoriously nasty catch-22. And it's even things I like to do. It's not just, oh, hey, I don't want to do this. It's like when I was walking into work. I loved walking into work. It's so relaxing, and just simply something I love doing. It gave me time to transition into work mode, but if I fell out of practice doing it, or I was like, oh, I can just drive, I'll just for one day. Biggest lie I ever told myself. So that's why I would walk in the rain. That's why I would walk in when it wasn't necessarily the best weather for it. It's because if I didn't, I would stop. And I know now. I know now that's part of the ADHD tismwism party crew. But I didn't at the time, and I was like, what is wrong with me? And it helps. It helps knowing what it is to work with it. But sometimes it's just as frustrating as can be. Yeah, and that sometimes that happens to me too. Like right now I'm kind of in a crochet blah. I have like 3 or 4 projects going on. 2 of them are mind numbing. Like 2 of them are just 1-stitch projects. Well, one of them's a 1-stitch project. The other one's 2 stitches. But I don't know if you'd count the crocodile stitch as 1-stitch or 2-stitch, because it's 1 round of double and then The second round is front post double. It's a really neat stitch, but it's not complicated. But that's what happens like with reading. I love to read, but when I read, I am just all in, baby. I am all in. We do not pass go. I don't do anything else. No. And that's the thing is I don't have that moderation switch, so I have to binary my hobbies. I'm pretty good with it about cross stitch, but at the same time, if I stop cross stitching, I get more anxious and then I tailspin. So I need to I need to cross stitch at least like once a week, bare minimum. And crochet doesn't scratch the same itch. So I have 2 projects with 2 stitches only, and like no counting. Like my mini backpack project it's a crocodile stitch around. It has a wooden bottom, so it's a crocodile stitch all the way around, and I'm just kind of using a little bit of thicker yarn that I don't have a whole lot of, and that I don't have any like it's not my general jam. So I'm making it into like a mini backpack purse. And it's a cool little stitch and it's a cool backpack, but it doesn't excite me. It's kind of like making 50 granny squares. Kind of why I like the Meadow Dragons, is because they can all be slightly different. Which I haven't since I started the body of the one that I was showing off couple last week. I haven't touched it. It's actually sitting in the forefront of my, hey, you should work on these projects. I just meh. oh, did I bring them up? I wanted to show off stuff I did. Well, I did not bring them up, so no. But I'll oh, I did. Let me grab them. So, one of the things that I like, that it's a fast project, it's relatively easy, and it offers variety, are my roses. I got 3 mostly done last night. For me, the assembly is kind of a pain in the ass. Now let's see. I got my pretty cotton candy one. I got an all blue sparkly one. And you know, this one's probably my favorite, the peach one. I don't know why. It's just nice and plump. Like the other 2 are very nice, like don't get me wrong. But I just need to add leaves to them and bind their wire a little bit more. But I mean, I could put them on barrettes. Like as they are, they could become a hair piece, like use them like a bobby pin kind of thing. Wire wrap in hair kind of thing. But I got them done. They've been sitting half assembled for like 2 weeks now, but I got them done. And the roses, they're really simple. They are a fast move. I can get a rose done in half an hour. And then putting them together can take 3 weeks, but that's by no fault of the rose. But yeah, so I've been getting like the things that I'm all done stitching them and I've set them aside for finish work. I've been getting those done. Craig, I still have 40 minutes. And if I find a mess downstairs, I'm going to be pissed at you guys. It was laundry weekend, and the dryer really didn't misbehave. The washer, on the other hand, oh yeah, they really are. Well, but you only have to make two. You only have to make two for the Granny Square chickens, which they there are a lot of cool Granny Squares out there, and if I could handle two. But those are like those fall into gift categories because they fall really close to plushies. Like I have a few anger chickens that I made that I sell because I'm people are like, oh, they're therapy chickens. I'm like, nope, these are anger chickens. You can huck them at people when you're angry. See, I can generally handle like one or two things. Like I made a dozen roses for someone, which consequently ended up being a mistake. They never paid me, or um, posted any of my information so that I could have business brought in. But lesson learned. I have seen a lot of really pretty clothing, um, but clothing much like stuffed animals. Um, I wouldn't make to sell. Those would be gifts. Kind of like with my cross stitches. The really, really big ones, I don't make to sell because the market is so tiny that it's just kind of meh. Jesus Christ. Mhm. Oh, so yesterday, I was, um, I was in my staging room where right now my floor loom and my yarn stash currently live, and and I couldn't find one of my totes, and I'm like, I'm missing a tote, and husband creature's like, how do you know? I'm like, I know. He's like, so you're like one of those dragons who in their cave, like, I'm missing one piece of gold out of this 3 trillion it- items in this cave. I know that one is missing. I'm like, yes, I'm glad we understand each other. Um, but I had to stop and think about it. Mhm. But I ended up finding the tote. It's like, for me, it's the only tote that doesn't have a cover now. Well, no, I have one that's lime green that doesn't have a cover, but it's lime green. Uh, and it didn't have a cover, and it didn't have caked yarn in it. So I was like, how the hell did I lose this? And I found it. It just was off in a corner. Okay, dope. My dogs are crazy. Anything that sounds like I'm getting ready to turn it in, Pixie's all the way down the stairs already. But that is Pixie for you. She generally is very preemptive. Okay, let's see. Let me hit my check mark. Okay, that is color number 2. Color number 2 that we got done today. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, she really is the embodiment of no patience. She knows that at 12, which is still half an hour away, that I go outside and I spend a little bit of time outside with them. But that's not the case really today, because oh my goodness, okay, I'll put 939 over there because I got shit I got to do. Mostly so I can clean their shit. There's that. Nah, 336. I apparently can't count. Pixie, I still have 40 minutes. No. And don't you dare go poop on the floor. No. This is not about Pixie. Lay down. Wait. Oh. Okay. 820. 820 is my next color. Pixie. These dogs can go 14 hours without using the bathroom. Second we're home, every hour they have to go out. Pixie, enough. Lay down. Lay down. We have all the opinions. And for non-familiar viewing audience, if I have any, they're fine. Okay. We are moving on to the color 820. We will close out our day with that. Kind of funny because it really is it's filling in so many of the little dots all around. I'm trying to decide, like, do I want to park in like an area where it's just I don't have to pay attention to the count, or do I want to just slowly fill in all the annoying white areas, which I think I'm gonna probably lean towards is filling in all the pesky loose white spots. Oh, just because she knows up until recently I've been very nice, but I have found the magic mute button. Well, I've known where the magic mute button is all along, but I've started implementing and using the magic mute button. Yeah, so they get breakfast at 7. They get let out after breakfast at around 9. They get let out just before stream at like 9, half an hour later. And then at noon, when I'm all done, I play with them for half an hour, 45 minutes. And yes, I know German Shepherds need more than that, and they absolutely get it throughout the day. But my goodness, the 2 hours where I'm not paying attention to them is redonkulous. And then what's funny is when I'm not streaming, they want nothing to do with me. I'll try to cuddle, I'll try to be like, hey, let's do things, and they'll be like, no, we don't like you. So there's no winning with my dog. My phone has just been blowing up. Not even funny. Well, something happened. I'm not sure what. You know what? I bought into it last time. I'm just gonna clean whatever mess they make. I'll be right back. There's actual, like, legit crying going on. 1 second. I hate my dogs. Pixie's just trying to incite riots. She brought her brother into it. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? I try to give you this attention all the time, and all you want to do is wander off. So now that I'm busy, you have to have all the attention? Oh, yes. And I have a sneaking suspicion there'll be a mess downstairs because I did not bend to their will. Nope, you can wait a few minutes. I don't care. You can wait a few minutes. And she probably thinks there's like a legitimate threat to the house, which, I respect, but there's not. Um, and so by me not paying attention, one of them will either pee or poop and or both on the floor, which I'll clean up. They don't get scolded unless I catch them in the act. Um, I catch them in the act. That's a whole nother ballpark. But if I come down into it, um, they both get sent outside. I clean up the mess. Life goes on. Um, but it's gotten to the point where, like with husband creature, he gets home at about 7 a.m. every morning, somewhere in that ballpark. I used to have an alarm that went off at 7 a.m. so I could get up and take my meds and everything like that. But they started peeing on the floor if he was not home by 7 to let them out after they heard my alarm go off. So I've stopped using that alarm, and they're not pleased that I do this, but them's the rules. And it's cut down on it a little bit, but whatever they start doing at 11 is just kind of annoying, and especially since they were out at 9:30 ish. And good chance that I'm gonna finish out this piece of string so I can go see what disastrous things they've done. Because again, I know I've ended stream a little early the past couple streams, and it falls into that. Well, I know I can. I run the stream, but at the same time, I'm trying to get my full 2 hours of stitching in, of me time in, and everybody else time as well. Yeah, just looking up, seeing you refer to Pixie as Karen. I'm reminded of uh, of Britta so much when we have those conversations, and when I look at Pixie, I can still see the mark on her nose where Pixie bit her face, because Pixie was being a Karen, and it brings back good memories. Like I know how she got the mark wasn't a good memory, but I'm sorry. I have to yell at these spammers. I am really just tired of all these phone calls. I'm gonna mute and knows where Pixie doing so great because I pick up and it takes them forever to just answer. So obviously I can hear their coworkers in the background, and yeah, it's and I don't know if there's a technology out there, but I answer on speakerphone. If you call me, know that the first couple moments, unless I've switched it over immediately, will be speakerphone because sometimes I can just answer the phone and I need to get it, like I can answer it and it's far away because I have that technology. And anyway, if you call me, you'll be on speakerphone for at least a couple seconds. But they do such a trashy job. Like, And so when we go outside after stream, the first thing Pixie's going to do is bark at her brother because he immediately runs out and grabs whatever toy he wants. Because he's a sweet summer child. He really is. He is a very sweet dog, but he is not the brightest bulb on the tree. And so he will go out and grab I recognize that you're not speakerphone friendly. Most of the time I'm alone when I'm on the phone. I don't like having to hold my phone up to my head. And I don't always have headphones on because I am a special snowflake. So I'm the specialist of snowflakes. I'm going to thread up this next piece and I'll get a couple of stitches done, but then I'm going to call it a day because it is 10 of. But all the goals got completed today, at least for today's goals. Month of May, I do want to finish this page on this one. Call dance might even get a page finished, but I'm looking just to hit 3% on call dance. But this one's getting close enough to a page finish that I need to. Okay, I'm never, honestly, the people who call me, I know who's speakerphone safe and who's not, and who's safe to be around with speakerphone. I'm most of the time very much not. It's not a concern. If I'm at work, I will not have it on speakerphone. That's the one place where I don't, it doesn't stay on speakerphone. Like as soon as I pick it up, I say, hold on a second, and I put it on normal phone. But other than that, I'm in an area where speakerphone is okay. Oh. So we got 361 stitches done today, and now they're getting excited because I said we. She knows English, I swear. We went from 4.97% is where we started the day off. We are now at 5.06%, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I hit 5%, so I don't have a percentage goal for this one for this month. This month is getting the second page done. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. Thank you everybody for the gift of your time. I will be back on tomorrow from 10 to noon, and I will catch all y'all on the flip side, and I'll be lurking if you need me. I'm gonna go release the hounds and get those yayas worked out and clean up whatever mess that I've caused by ignoring their needs. Oh my goodness,